may seem a little early to discuss that, but it's not too early, is it? It's not too early because it's going to happen at the end of the week. So everybody write that question down. If you don't have a pencil, would you check in the back and get a colored pencil or something to write with? So we need everybody to write that question down. Peter? You have a pencil? Paul? Hearts already? Let's see if everybody's focused in. We've got everybody over here focused. That's good. Ariel, come on in. We'll get past the camera and get all set up and get your paper out and write the question down. And some people know the answer to this question. Maybe they'll help us out. We have a certain way of doing this. Let's see, has everyone written the question down? Okay. Okay? Well, the first thing you need to do to shoot your rocket off is to bring your rocket to the rocket site safely. That's why this box comes into play. So what we have here is we have a rocket box, and actually part of it just came off here. I've got to refix this, but anyway, the rocket box holds all the rockets. Here's what sometimes happens. Sarah's on her way to the rocket site. She has her little brother in the car, and as she's driving along, her little brother reaches over and sees her rocket in the back of the seat. This has happened many times. He reaches over and he grabs the rocket because he's only 2 years old, and he does what?
Breaks the fin.
Absolutely. He breaks the fin off, and you know what? He comes to the rocket launch, and Sarah is very upset. She doesn't know what to do. She wants to shoot her rocket off. She's
Super glue. Extremely stressed out.
just extremely stressed out because her little brother, that little the little kid that she annoys her all the time anyway, is now destroyed her rocket, and she's upset. Or she leaves it by the front door, and the dog, runs in and grabs it and gnaws on it, or something. Something happens. You know that something happens, right?
That's only a cartoon.
No, it happens in real life. So what happens? What you need to do is you need a safe way to take your rocket to the launch site. That's the reason that we have this box. Is because, at least in years past, we take all these rockets out, put all your rockets in the day before when they're all set up, and roll the rockets to the rocket site, and they're all protected because the front door and everything, it's protected. Now, if you didn't have that, how could you bring your rocket to the rocket site?
Be very careful. Put it carefully.
You could.
Yeah, what
One thing that you could do is you could get a box, like let's say that you use this box. This box would fit some of your rockets. You could put it in the box and you could put like foam around it or put something around it to protect it, right? Is this box going to work for this rocket?
No.
If the nose cone is separated.
If the nose cone is separated, it wouldn't work. Okay. Is it going to work for this rocket? Let's see. This length of this rocket.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to actually work pretty good for this rocket. So you could get a little foam, or what's that stuff called that you wrap stuff when they package it?
Styrofoam?
Bubble foil?
The bubble wrap, that would protect it, wouldn't it? So in some way, you want to make sure that you're not, you're at least getting your rocket there safely. So let's say that you get your rocket there safely, and you're ready to shoot it off. You're ready to shoot it off. So let's say that you have this rocket. What's this one called?
I don't know.
The yellow jacket. So let's say that you get it there safely. Your fins are all looking good. Everything's set up. And then you set up all the inside stuff, which we'll talk about tomorrow. That's tomorrow's lesson. So you're ready to shoot it off. Then what you do is, what do you call this? So you put the blast deflector on because that is important. There's a lot of what comes out of the back of a rocket.
Smoke oh,
Yeah. So what you don't want is you don't want to set the wood on fire or singe the grass or cause a problem. So you put the blast reflector on.
How is it going to blast off after this?
Then the next step is that you, of course, you're already going to have a.
Put a couple rockets.
You have something in the bottom, aren't you? What goes in the bottom?
Engine. I think you dropped something.
Yeah, I did. I'll get it underneath them. So before your rocket, once your rocket's set up, then you're going to put in a what?
Igniter.
Do you see that? You know what we may need is put a little. For you to see that, I think we need. This. Can you see that now with that reflect? Okay, so what we do is we put that in and we slide it in and we bend it away from the, what do you call this?
Engine hook.
We bend it away from the engine hook because the engine hook is metal and we don't want to short out the engine hook. Then we take a little thing that looks like that and we push it in the back of the rocket to hold that in so that when we slide it on, it's going to slide on nice and straight and it's not going to fall out. See, normally it would just fall out, right? So that little plug keeps it from falling out. We slide it down. Now what if your rocket doesn't slide very well on this rod?
That means it's not going to.
Are you going to have a problem?
We need another rod.
Yes, you are going to have a problem. Whose rocket is ready to go? Is your rocket ready to go, David?
That one?
Yeah.
Except for painting and the wadding and the engine.
Do you have your lug on?
Yep.
Bring yours up. Let's have yours slide. Because everybody needs to test theirs out today to see if yours slides on. I hope you all have your lug on. Because it slides on. If it sticks, we have to fix it. Let's see how his goes. Okay, let's see. No, that works good. Okay, good. So, if that is sliding well, what do I do next? Somebody come up and show us what we do next. Doesn't everyone know what you do? You want to show us? What? You want to show us?
It's sliding well, then you put the engine in, you put the igniter in, and you put the cap in so that the igniter doesn't slip out.
Put the what?
Cap in so that the igniter doesn't slip out.
Okay, so let's say we've done that.
Then
You've slid it on here, right? You notice on his rocket he has what they call standoffs. The lug is not directly on the body of the rocket, they're a little bit off. That's so that it will slide past everything. That looks good.
And so you hook it up to you hook the launcher off of to the igniter, two ends of the igniter.
All right, let's do that. Well, let's say we're using
Do you
this
think
one.
we should do it outside? We're not. He's not going to launch it.
Well, let's see. Let's see this ceiling here.
Yeah, that's a good ceiling.
That's a good ceiling. That would be pretty
Crash
good.
right through. Let me make a hole in
It
it.
would crash right through. You think the people upstairs would be a little surprised if we started shooting rockets off?
Cause of fire. Fire. Leave it all around the
They might have an emergency drill. They might just all of a sudden say, you know what? I think it's time to evacuate.
It's a light. No, you use rocket.
Okay, hold that part.
And don't press the launch button. And press the launch button. Look, no, when they say don't press the launch button, once he hooks it up, the alligator, it makes Mr. Runner sit on the point. Someone launching rockets. Are we gonna launch them?
Yeah.
Outside.
All right. Next, go ahead and hook that up. Now, what do we call those little things there? What's he hooking up? Alligator clips. You know why they call them alligator clips?
Now, press the launch button.
All right, you ready? I don't know if we should actually be doing this, but 10, 9, 8,
Wait, you're not the safety key.
7. Oh, safety key. Do you guys know what a safety key is?
No idea.
Okay, the safety key is this. When he's... Hey, I'm going to wait for a second because I've got some people that are talking. When he's down here putting the alligator clips on because they look like alligators, when they're down here like that, if the rocket accidentally shot off, it could blind him because there's a lot of flame coming out the back of the rocket, or at least it would singe his hair and face. That would be a pretty serious thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So we would have to call 911. So rather than do that, what we have is we have a little key that goes in here that's called the safety key. And the rocket, this is not armed until the safety key is put in. So what we're going to do is, once we put the safety key in, then we do the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we press the button like this.
Press it.
And unfortunately, I didn't put any batteries in here because I don't want to shoot any rockets off in the room.
But that would be funny. It'd be the
On our own, here's the other thing you need to know. When we shoot our rockets off, we use a little different setup than the setup that you would buy. We have like the professional setup here. And the way it works is this.
Can I put
We have a very large battery that we use. And the reason that they have this long cord, Kim, why do they have this long cord?
You don't have to be so close to it.
Right. Because you want to be a ways away when the what? When the rocket goes off. So what happens is these go in on the back here, like this. These hook on. The red one goes to the red post, the positive post, and the black one goes to the negative post. So that we have power.
The other ones.
And
one rocket?
this will shoot off 4 rockets.
Is that why all of those switches
The next thing is the alligator clips look slightly different, but you can tell they still look like little alligators, right?
No. Yeah.
They look like they're called pterodactyl clips, right?
Yeah.
And the other part of it is this. The battery that we use is bigger than those little batteries. This is the battery we use. This is like a monster battery. And actually, this was donated to us last year. This is a big battery. This one will, this has really got the bananas.
Take it out. Take it out.
Oh, you want to see the battery?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it goes like this.
Yeah. What's the voltage?
And it has a whole setup here of charging. It's like
Voltage. What's that? The charging?
it's
Yeah,
called,
where's the battery?
this is like a battery for a car.
Is the battery. That is a car.
This part,
It's a car battery. I know.
this part goes like this. What you have is you have the you have the positive and negative that goes in here.
Why do you put
This.
the battery inside of the box?
It's built in. It's a box for a battery. That goes in there, and then this part hooks onto this machine here. And we'll do more of this tomorrow. But just so you know, we use a big battery, and then we use this. What happens is this becomes armed, and tomorrow we'll do a little more practice on this. But you push down, like if you're going to shoot off number 1, you notice these have numbers up here?
Why can't
If this is number 1 launch pad, you push this down, you press the button, it'll make a little buzzing sound. If it makes a buzzing sound, it means it's armed and ready to go. And then you do the countdown. And which button do you think you're going to press?
Red.
You press the red button and your rocket takes
What
off.
are the other red? Do not push the big red button.
If you're going to launch off launch pad number 2, you would put it down like this. Do the count off.
Hey, can you launch off all 4 at once?
You can launch off all 4 at once, and that's the grand finale.
That's the
We did that last year, didn't we?
What happened? What happened?
All the rockets took off at one time, and they went like this.
And did they crash? Why? Did they crash?
They did not crash. But they went well. They went really
Goes
good.
like this.
All right, let's review
That's like, yeah.
on your paper.
That's like, this is how the rocket goes.
Take your paper. Everybody take your pencil in your hand. Let's review what we've learned. Number 1. What did we learn about?
The rocket's there for the launch.
We're gonna make a list of things you need to remember. Paul, on your paper, write this list. What's the first thing we talked about?
Protection.
Which means what?
Keeping your options on the way to the launch site. And no seeing
Your rocket
I would like to see
safe
Put the barber.
on the way to the launch site. That's the first thing we talked about, right? So just write that down as a reminder to yourself so that you don't have a bad experience. Now we do have super glue, but you know what? Super glue is a big problem. Your parents have to put it on. Sometimes it's difficult to get it going. It's much better if you don't have a problem. If Sarah's little brother doesn't cause a problem, it's much better. That is number 1 thing. What other thing, Dean? What's the next thing we talked about? Anybody remember? It hasn't been that long ago, has it? What did we say about this?
Climbing on it, it slides. And if it slides well, then
Slide your rocket on, what do we call this thing here? Launch rod. Everyone needs to do that so that you're ready to go. That's the second thing you need to remember. Do all of you know how to do that?
I'm not there yet.
Sorry, I thought that was a mistake. It's ignite-er. E-R.
I know.
Ignite-er. Does everybody have all 3 items on your paper? No. Okay, I'll give you a minute. Paul, do you have all 3 items?
No.
Write them down.
I do.
These are things you need to remember so that we don't have a problem. what did we say next? What do you do after you get your igniter on, your plug in, your rocket slides easily? Then you're gonna do what, AJ?
You're gonna press the big red button.
No? You gotta do something before you press the big red button.
Oh, you gotta put on the launch thingy that you want to launch. Like
You have to
launch
clip.
number one,
You have to
launch
clip
number
on
two,
wires.
Launch
You
number
have to
three.
hook on the what?
Wires.
Alligator clips.
Thank you. Hook up the alligator clips. And I hope everybody will come up and practice with that, because for some reason, when it gets time to launch, some people get a little bit nervous and actually they forget how to do that. I don't know what it is. You come up here and you're all thumbs. You want somebody to do it for you, when actually you should do it yourself. So we'll leave that up here so you can come up and handle it. All right, so you hook up the alligator clips, then what's the next step? Now we do what? Matthew?
Slide in safety key, do countdown, and press the big red button.
Right. Number 5, safety key. Six is countdown. And what's 7? Push the big red button.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, good. Hopefully your rocket will go off with any luck at all. I'm going to move out of the way so you can see those words. Now, the safety key we use for this other launcher is looks like this. This is the professional safety key. See how it's a lot bigger? Guess who's going to wear this on the day of the launch?
You.
That's my job. I wear this like this the whole day. And when it's time to shoot off the rocket, I pull it off like this. I stick it in like this. We see if we have power. We look for the red button to have power. And you shoot your rocket off. That's only when everybody's standing back and it all looks safe.
Can we stand back now and can you launch it? Yeah, can we finish?
Can you get all the things written down before you start to work today? Okay. Ariel, do you have everything written down? Where is it written down?
Everybody can put it in like this.
Put it on your desk. Let's have a look. Put it on your desk so we can see. All right. Which of those numbers do you think is the hardest thing?
One.
Put the fingers up of the number that you think is the hardest thing. If it was 1, you just go like this. Could be 4, could be 2's not too hard, right? Okay. Could be 3. Put the
It is 3.
Actually, 3 could be 3. Sometimes people mess up on that. If you mess up on 1, is it okay?
No.
Yeah, it's okay. Your rocket just doesn't go off. It's okay with us, but it may not be okay with you. So you want to make sure and be able to do all of them.
Someone else could do it for you if you could.
Well, no one else can do it for you. You have to do this.
No.
So today, after you get your rocket built, like let's say that Adrian, let's say that his rocket is all done. He comes up, slides that on, and see, does this slide up and down all right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are his spins straight? Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Guess what?
What?
On these rockets, one of the things that often occurs is that the engine mount isn't quite glued in there. And so Mr. Gardner has to do a safety test, and we have to make sure everything is glued on tight. So today will be painting day after break for anybody that has their rocket safety tested. How many people think you're going to be ready today?
Yeah.
How many people? happens after the break. Until then, I hope everybody... Oh, I want to say one other thing too before we start. Brad, where'd you put the... Here it is. If you're building the Gemini DC, here's something that's critical. And about 6 people are. See these right here? These have to be lined up exactly straight.
Don't use too much.
And I put rubber bands on mine to hold it so it's gluing straight. Those cannot be crooked. So after you get those glued on, and the other thing that you need to know is that you need to put fillets on. You better wait and let me help you with this. The other thing you need to know is you need to get fillets on all your fins. How many people have already done fillets? How many people are going to do fillets today? How many people don't know what fillets are?
That is scary.
Ask. That's okay not to know it, but just ask somebody next to you because you need to figure that out. So, if your rocket is completely ready to paint, show it to me and then you can work on computers. Unless, if your rocket is not ready to paint, should you be working on computers?
No.
So who needs a rocket check?
I do.
Okay. Well, just raise your hand. Victor or Brett will come around. They'll safety check the rocket.
still needs to dry.
And yours not only needs to dry, but you need to make sure.
I just glued it.
No, but that's not even together. Look.
After 3, 4.
You can't do it like that. You gotta get the whole thing is coming out.
Oh.
The whole thing slides right up your rocket. Look.
Oh my god. No, and then all of them are wild. No, all of them are wild. My rockets. You did the My rockets.
The whole thing comes out.
My rocket's fine other than the 2 fins which I have in their position and they're drawing really wild.
Okay. Your parachute in. If everything's done, let me double check your engine now.
Should be square. It's like you're like.
Not secure at all.
Is the hole too?
Go get some green paper. You and I and Ariel need Adrian need.
Hey, this would be funny.
What do we do?
My rocket goes up the wall.
Look at this desk right here. Ben?
And then it goes up the other rocket. And the rocket goes down and then.
Plastic will bend. Yes, what happened to this? Let's see if we can straighten it out a little bit. We'll put a glue on it and straighten it out. Can you guys scoot over so I can sit down?
He said it's doing Brett said it's
Go get some green paper and some glue.
I can't pull it out.
All bullpup people, come on up here. All bullpup. Well, go get the green paper.
Oh shoot, my fin.
Yeah, go get green paper. Let's see if we can solve this problem.
What?
What I mean is that color green paper.
Okay. Is this going enough glue? Why? What's the crisis? How long you did?
His engine mount came out.
Is this okay? You didn't even have it around the rings at all.
That's got to slide down a little bit.
And you have paper on here with the glue gun. What's your problem?
You can't? These look like they're... No, that's not glued on. Look.
What did Mr. Gardner say? Did he say when you set the dryer or when you're finished?
Jesse did.
Hold on, I'm looking at you yet.
Why Mr. Silver
Okay,
or
all
Brett?
bullpup, we're meeting.
What is it? How's this? Mr. Gardner? You're putting it in the wrong way, dude.
Well, yours is in tight.
Thank you.
Okay,
Least 1%.
you're fine.
I need help taking it out. Put it in wrong. You want me to put that in right? all that thing's
Look.
coming apart.
Look, that should all be glued back together.
Yes.
You're interrupting. You have to wait till I'm looking at you.
Bullpup people
Help
only.
you out, right?
We're having a
Need
bullpup
help?
meeting for a minute.
Find Brett, find Mr. Silva, or sit in your desk and
Okay, so you're gonna glue your shot put in, right?
Yep.
Okay. You can go ahead. You're all set. You're not. You don't have the same problem they have.
Should I glue the top parts of this too?
Now, unfortunately, what we have to do is we have to glue this in from the top.
Ta-ta. So I should. How's that? Let's do it.
That looks good.
David, Mr. Garden.
Go in the closet and get some rubber bands. Make sure they're long and skinny type rubber bands.
Okay, thank you for that. What do you think of Camille? You guys should sit on it. What do you think? Yeah, I think so.
Now